Hello, everyone. I am Zishan Pathan, Director of Client Services with RightSource Global. I welcome all of you to the Spotlight series of Global Thought Leaders, an initiative by RightSource Global Group. Global Thought Leaders is a platform for industry stalwarts to share their experiences, thoughts, and ideas to inspire the future leaders of tomorrow. Through spotlight interviews, global thought leaders strive to bring eminent personalities from across the globe. We bring the expertise of various functions, roles, and sectors together on one platform to inspire future leaders. We have one such industry stalwart today on Spotlight with us, Pallavi Poddar. Pallavi needs no introduction, however, I will still try to make one. She is the regional HR leader at Ingersoll Rand. She was a director at ASESA Partners, senior HR business partner at Schneider Electric, and also had worked with companies like Nestle and Saint Gobain. As the most sought after and strategic HR leader, she perfected a technique to dream up the best HR intervention and an innovative talent strategy for global businesses by focusing on organizational growth to drive bottom line results, working closely with the senior leaders across the businesses. She is an entrepreneur by heart who enjoys business partnering with passion, energy, and is committed to coach and guide her team. She is on a mission to build a team of leaders on core principles of simplicity and humanity by improving their social skills, productivity, and creativity. We are honored to have you, Pallavi, on the call today with us. Along with me, everyone would like to know about your success journey.
So thank you, Jishan, and it's pleasure to be part of this particular session. And obviously, the introduction what you've given me is quite elaborate, and it was nice to hear so much about myself, which probably sometimes you also forget. But as you said that to share my success story right now, probably I don't say that it's a success story. I think it's the work of passion, perseverance, and I think purpose. Probably since beginning I would say that how I started my journey. I come from a hardcore business family. My parents were business person, and probably I'm the first person, or I would say the first lady in my family who started working in the corporate job. We never knew what MBA is all about. We never knew what actually HR is, because in business, probably, you just do too much of, it's all money. You don't talk about so much of people and HR. I think it was a matter of, and probably that was a time when particular thing got into my mind, that the right people, the right environment, and the right ecosystem creates the right journey and the path for yourself. That's what happened with me. I think I was with the right people at that time, which they helped me to kind of move into and pursue MBA. I was destined to get into one of the premier institutes, and I was with SMHRD. And post that, obviously, you've spoken about my journey with multiple companies where I wore different hats, from compensation to benefits to talent acquisition to business partnering to so many things. And now, I actually, in between, when you spoke about, director with a CISA talent partner, I was in an entrepreneurial journey myself. I had set up my own consulting company, which I was doing fairly well. But uh, but I think I was privileged to be part of Ingersoll Rand, and that's how I was destined. And I became part of Ingersoll Rand, where I started my journey as HR leader for one of the business, which is compressors business, and now I'm HR leader for the entire India, Middle East, and Africa together for Ingersoll Rand. So when I actually again want to go back and talk about my journey, as I again reiterate that it was a purpose that I have to grow, I have to add value to myself, to my ecosystem, to my family, and really stand out. And probably that was a purpose which was kept me driving, and kept me delivering, and the determination. When you say perseverance, that determination that I will do something. Obviously, in this entire journey, you have a lot of ups and downs. You can talk about, I lost my dad in between. When I was just in the college, my second year of college, I lost my dad during the place at the time of placements, or in between, I had to shift locations or get into a job where probably I was not too happy. So, you have all those all those things that keep on happening. But ultimately, the purpose that I have to deliver to this ecosystem, the way they have delivered, they have shaped me up, and I think probably that kept me going. And another thing which probably is which I'm really proud of, and that helped me in my success, has been my passion. I think whatever I do, irrespective, whether it's work, whether it's at home, or whether it's the tiniest of the hobby I want to pursue, I just do it with passion. I mean, it just gets into me that, I have to do it so well. So I just start loving it. So, you must have heard that saying that, a lot of time, and there's a story also that goes behind, that probably it is not the end result what you want to achieve. It is something, the journey that makes you happy. If you start loving that journey for what you are aiming for, and I think then that's a time when you start enjoying your work and you build that passion. I think probably that's what happens with me. I'm so passionate about whatever I keep on doing, taking on the smallest of the tasks, or to in my organization, or to discussing with my leaders or with my team. I think that automatically flows in, and I think that has been the biggest, I would say, the biggest thing for my success.
Great. Wow. That was amazing. So, in
Thank you.
fact, you mentioned about passion and doing everything with passion, whether it is personally or professionally. You would have definitely come across certain obstacles, right? While striking a balance between the profession and the personal life. What kinds of obstacles you face and how do you handle these? We would like to know from you.
So you should, I'm sure I would not be the only one who would have encountered obstacles. Everybody, you, me, or anyone, who's there on this video probably will, would have had those obstacles. And I think it's just the determination that, these obstacles are for some small time. There's a new day that will come. One has to think about there's a new day that will come. So if I have to talk about my obstacles, probably I can start with, my father passing away in my second year of college, when it was just a month before the placements. And I think the first obstacle was that I was not among one of those 0-day placement person of one day. If I was in the rolling placement, probably towards the last I got placed.
Uh,
I mean, I probably would have been one of those. Maybe not the one who would have got the highest of the packages at the time, and a lot of our B schools were at the best of the average packages. But I think these are phases of life. These are one of the obstacles that happened, and I thought that someone gave an opportunity for me. I mean, they probably saw the spark, the talent in me, and they gave me an opportunity. It might be a little lesser or whatever, but it was an obstacle. It was up to me that how do I take that, how do I manage that obstacle, build on that, and deliver on that. And I think probably that had been the journey throughout. So starting by my first organization, where the way I entered, the way it turned around, the way, kind of exposure I got, and probably, and this is something I would like to talk and share with everyone, that we have to see that there is an opportunity in everything what we are getting. You can see this as a problem, and on the other side you can see that as an opportunity. So if a problem will have a solution, I think probably what helped me was to see everything as an opportunity. And even if I may not have got the best of the placements at that time, so called that time when the average was much higher, but I think that it was an opportunity. The role was much meatier according to me, because I was directly reporting to the CHRO at that particular time, and I had to work on setting up the entire organization along with him, in St. Coben. So the kind of exposure I got in my first job itself made me today what I am, because, from typing the appointment letters to interviewing the general management of the company at the same time I was doing it. So, I mean, it built a lot of confidence in you that, I mean, you are actually interviewing a general manager for the company, the time when you were just a year old, or not even a year, you're just a management trainee probably. So that's a kind of probably obstacle, and navigating through that obstacle has helped me reach there. And obviously getting the best support system, the right mentors, the right manager. I think I've been lucky to get the best of the managers throughout in my overall journey. Or when when I was getting married, I had to shift location from, I was in Mumbai and I had to move to Gurgaon. So that was again a different challenge, because I had always enjoyed doing business partner. And I got a role because I had to shift my location and move to Gurgaon, and I got a role from business partnering and shift to learning and training. Now, again, that was something in my mind, oh God, this is not what I can do, because I've never been a facilitator ever in my life. But but I think this was an opportunity, an obstacle, which was converted into an opportunity because that gave me a confidence to now stand up and deliver sessions in front of so many people. And today I can do that very well. And probably if it was not that role, I wouldn't have been a speaker ever. I mean, probably that helped me, and I think that's how I have been. Or whether when I had my kid that was born, I wouldn't say that was ever an obstacle, because I was always blessed to be in the best of the organizations who took care of me throughout. So I never treat it as an obstacle, but an opportunity, because you have your family that surrounds you make a family um, protect you or support you. Because after my kid was born, probably I was blessed again, among one of those blessed person, to have a right family support. So whether it was my husband or my in-laws or my immediate family to supporting me throughout this journey. So if I used to travel, because I was in a training role, and I was required to travel a lot, after 6 months itself, I mean, my family was there always to support me. So probably there was never a time where any of the obstacles stopped me in pursuing what I wanted to pursue, and keep on achieving what I wanted to achieve. So that's where I can talk about. One more I would want to talk about, another obstacle, you may say. When I took the sabbatical after Schneider and got into this entrepreneurial journey, actually it was a sabbatical. It was meant for to be a sabbatical, and I wanted to just chill and do nothing. So, but within 3-4 months, I realized that it's not something what I can do ever. Either in my blood, I'm just like a hard workaholic who just wants to work, and work means not doing like a kitchen work, but the work means this really HR or really with people being around. So I started off this consulting for my consulting, and I think it just got into me. I mean, I was so determined that it needs to be successful, that within 1.5 years, I sold it to another company.
Oh,
I had around 10 clients that I was able to bring them. But I do understand, because at that time, when Ingersoll Rand came into, when that offer came into me, I mean, that offer was given to me, probably that was much, for me, that was something which was a blessing, something which I was always looking forward to, with a much expanded role, with, cross-cultural exposure, and the best of the team I can think about. So that's what happened. But Ingersoll, but because the reason I moved into Ingersoll was actually because of my exposure of that stint of 1 year as an entrepreneur, because they looked at the spark. They never treated, or they never looked at that there's a break in my career or a sabbatical, but probably the exposure I got at being an entrepreneur actually helped me to become a successful business partner. So all these obstacles were not really obstacles, but an opportunity. But instead of crying on it, or instead of moaning on that God, these are problems, but all these problems has turned out as an opportunity, has turned out to be blessings for me, because probably the perseverance and determination kept on going. And I think the passion, what you said in the beginning, because everything, whatever I was still doing, with whatever these obstacles, I had that passion that, okay, I'm enjoying whatever is coming, let me enjoy this journey, and then let me see what will happen. So
great, great. In fact, I could consider that you have converted all your obstacles into your strengths, and
yeah.
you have sailed through them, and you have handled them in a much affirmative way. Optimistically, you have taken all these obstacles, and you have emerged as a great thought leader into the industry today. So,
Thank you.
Pallavi, when we talk about industry and the function evolving today, how do you see that the industry you are into and the function you are into are evolving today?
I think that's an interesting question, Jishan, because probably if it was a year back, I would have a very similar question, a similar answer, which you would be hearing from everyone actually. Uh,
Mhm.
since the COVID has gone, everybody will have a very different way of thinking. Whether it's our industry. So the industry I am in is a manufacturing industrial product company. So we are actually present in almost all kind of manufacturing setups, or the function which is HR function, which about clearly. I mean, the way, let's start first with the function, what I'm talking about it. How do I see it getting evolved? uh, HR has evolved anyways completely. From traditionally ages back, from where it was an administrative kind of setup, to becoming a business partner, to becoming a strategic business partner. And now with COVID happening, it has taken up the topmost place, I would say, because the way employees needs to get assessed, the way employees needs to get engaged, the way employees, I think